For Labor Day weekend, we are down here in Galveston, Texas, which is about 5 hours from Dallas, and it's right on the Gulf of Mexico, just outside of Houston. And so we came down here, we're spending the night in Galveston because we miss the ocean. And even though the Gulf of Mexico isn't exactly the ocean, it's about the closest thing we can find in Texas. So we're out here having a good time. At first we thought it was going to be rainy. When we got here it was kind of overcast. But right now the sun is shining, it's warm, and the water is nice. How deep is it?
Oh, it's not too deep. It's not any 3 feet.
Galveston is an island, kind of a long coastal island, sort of like Assateague Island in Maryland and Virginia. And at the northern point of the island, which is where the highway comes in, there's a city, Galveston the city, which is about 60,000 people, lots of restaurants, hotels, resorts, really nice area. We are about 10 miles south of that at the Galveston Island State Park, which is a state park here where we are spending the night because we can't afford a hotel on the island because they're really expensive. We're right on the beach. I mean, we're literally like 40 yards, probably 40 yards from the sand of the beach. And so we can hear the ocean and stuff at night, so we're looking forward to that. A lot of Galveston was wiped out last year in Hurricane Ike. A lot of homes were demolished. The entire state park was wiped out. They just reopened recently. So we can still see a lot of damage from the hurricane and stuff, but there's a lot of new buildings, and I think generally the place is recovered pretty well.
There are some pretty amazing architecture in this island.
Well, we kind of feel like quitters. Our plan, as we described it earlier, was to spend the night in the state park because it was a lot cheaper than finding a hotel in Galveston. Well, we ended up kind of changing plans a little bit. After we went to dinner, we went back to the state park, and we were really not prepared for camping at all. In fact, like 3 days ago, we were planning on getting a hostel or a really cheap motel, and it was just last minute that we said all we could do is go to the camp, the campground in the state park. And so when we got there tonight after sunset, the bugs were so bad we couldn't even sit outside.
We didn't have any bug spray to begin with.
Yeah, we were so unprepared. And so our legs and arms were just covered in bug bites and all kinds of stuff. We couldn't get a campfire going. We couldn't hang our hammock up because there were no trees because it's a beach campground. So we were like, we need to go find some other options. So we drove back into Galveston and checked out some really budget motels. And so we found this one for $50. Well, it was originally like $69 and I haggled her down to $50. And for $50 I was like, if we can sleep in a bed and not have insects biting us too much. I think there are some insects in this room.
I said, I don't know, it's kind of quaint.
There's only like 10 inches of space of room between the front of the toilet. So if you just sit in the toilet, you don't have much room. It's sort of like a cruise ship.
You have handlebars.
Yeah. At least you can hold on. Whoa. If your budget is small and your standards are low, the Seaside Motel is where it's at.
I think they were going for the acorn look. We had an absolutely wonderful time. We stayed for about a few more hours today at the beach, and then we packed up the car and headed home. So it was a really interesting, fun, adventurous weekend.